great montage there of some of the amazing shots from that previous game. New Zealand outright winners after the very, very close tussle out there on the field, and then an even closer penalty shootout. So New Zealand eventually coming out the winners 7-6. So they'll get the points here in that first game, but now the two teams are taking the field for our second game, and that'll be Canada versus France. Our umpires here will be JJ Diaz-Alberti and Steve Evans, the other umpire as well. Our third man will be Nico Scottacini, and what a good game we are expecting here. This is going to be one hell of a tussle. The Canadians and the French both seated on the second tier. There's the Canadians flag bearer there waving out to the crowd. Very passionate players, the Canadians, as are the French. And any little bit of crowd support they will be happy to accept. So some of these Canadians only flew in last night. They've have a hectic schedule of polo over in America at the moment and Argentina. So a couple of the Canadians only got in last night. They haven't had a chance to really have a good workout on their ponies and get a great feel. But the Canadian team's been here preparing the ponies for them, so they know that they're going to be fine. But it's just sometimes you just got to sit on them for 5 minutes and make sure that you know some of the quirks of the pony. And we now have the band getting ready to play the national anthems for the two countries. The umpires will lead these two teams out on the field, but the French looking in fine form. I saw them practice the other day. This will be their first game, their opening game, and but Pierre Nagumo, very, very good player. Spends a lot of time playing in Deville and in the high goal over there. And, you know, a very strong French lineup here today. So the first national anthem will be that of the country of Canada. Canadians very passionate there, as you can see. But now we'll have the national anthem of France. Great rendition there of the French national anthem as the marching band will leave the field. We will introduce the players to you. And the two teams here today, Canada versus France. And first players off will be the Canadians. So number 1 for Canada, Marcelo Abbiati, 5 goals. Number 2 will be Brandon Phillips, also on 5 goals. And at number 3 for the Canadians, rounding will be Todd Offen. Very evenly balanced team, all 3 members on 5 goals. And from the France, number 1 for France will be Clément Delfort. And number 2 for France is Pierre Ngumu. And a number 3 for the French will be Briac Rigol, also on 5 goals. So the French team do have a 1-goal disadvantage in handicap, but it's an open game, so that will not be reflected as a handicap on the scoreboard. And it will be, there we have the Kiwis, the All Blacks, very happy with their win just then. Umpire JJ Diaz-Alberti, Juan Jose Diaz-Alberti and Steve Evans will oversee this game. And the referee, third man, will be Nico Scortaccini. As Ngumu for France just checks his gear. On a pony called Loppy. So the ball will be thrown in by Juan Jose Diaz-Alberti, all the way from Argentina, a professional umpire brought here, just came from coming from the Argentine Open. Now the ball's been thrown in and it's Ngumu for France with a near side shot. It's been left now and it's been back there by Phillips for Canada. Now the Marcelo Abbiati now taking the ball forward. He's left it behind now, got hooked out of it. There is the Canadian player, but it's now France on the attack. Number 3 for France, Rigaud takes the ball, but it's been backed away nicely there by Todd Offen. Now Canada on the boards. Who's coming down the line? First of all, it's Canada on the attack. Look at this, he's got them now. He's hit a lovely little approach shot. He's going to take it forward. Will he clean it through the goal? He does, and Canada, Marcelo Abbiati, the number 1 for Canada, puts it through the goals and puts the first score on the board of this second game here today. So you can see, lovely approach shot, just gets it across to the centre of the field, into the strike zone. Knows he's got 2 lengths on his clearest rival, and there he goes and puts it through. Great goal to open his account, Marcelo Abbiati. Now it's France on the attack. Clément Delfort taking it forward, hits it up into there, gets an air ball. Ngumu for France now, he's ridden out of it. Delfos has been ridden out of it now by the Canadians. Here he goes again, Brandon Phillips appealing for the foul. Cleared now by France, hits it towards the boards, gets a great deflection, Ngumu. Now, who comes straight up the line? Canada. It is Phillips now with the black helmet now. Lovely little shot there by Abbiati, but it's been left behind. Phillips now appeals for the line, claims the line. It's all Canada on the attack now. Big ride off there. Has to try and get past the number 3 for France, number 1 for France, I should say, and it's Clément Delfort here, but it's been left behind for Phillips for Canada. Canada on the attack. Unlucky bounce. Unlucky bounce. Here we go. Now, Marcelo. Delfort leaves it. Canada still got the ball, and they're within striking distance. Oh, lovely clearing shot there by the number 3 for France. Now, here he goes. It is Rigaud on the attack for France. Here he goes now, and he's been hot pursuit as Todd Offen, the 2 white helmets, but he's got a very bad bounce here. Now, Canada missed the ball. It's been left behind. Back shot by the number 1. Clement. Now, here he goes. Delforce backs it. Lovely big shot, and Phillips is going to have to go and clean this one up. Does so. Backs it to the boards, gets a great little shot towards the boards for Aviati now. Aviati can't do much with it, but it's going to be Ngumu bringing it round the front, but he's left it behind for Rigaud. Rigaud now, the number 3 for France. Will he open his account here with this one? But, oh, he's been played out of it now. Delforce can't do much with it. Tight game, neither team giving an inch, but a great little clearing shot there by Offen for Canada. Rigaud gets a shoulder there, pops it up into the air. Here it goes. Now he is Aviati appealing for the foul, doesn't get it now for Canada. Taking it forward now, Aviati. Can't quite get it. Who's there? Delforce, Clement Delforce for France now. But it's going to Ngumu. Lovely shot, approach shot here by France, but there's plenty of Canadians back there to clean that one up, and it's Todd Offen now who'll clean it up with the white helmet. Lovely little away shot back to Marcelo Abiati for Canada. He backs it across now. This is great play by Canada. Ngumu's going to have to back this one. Doesn't get the stick on it that he would have liked, and it's Canada that's, oh, they just missed it, but now Ngumu comes around, follows the line, changes the line. Lovely little play, appealing for the line. Can't get to the ball, and it's a penalty now. Marcelo Abiati just had to leave that one. You can look at him, he's upset with himself. But he just, here he goes, look at this, Ngumu for France, just plucks that one out of the air, waits for it to land, then he appeals for the line here, and this is Abiati, just crosses, had to leave that ball, he shouldn't have played at that one. Umpire saying that he's crossed the line. He thought he was clean to do it, but obviously didn't, and now it'll be a penalty for France. And it looks like it will be Rigaud who will take this one. And again, both second seed, these 2 teams in their zone, so it should be a very tight game. And it's a lovely clean shot, but it's wide to the right. So, yes, Canada still in front by 1. And now it'll be Offen hitting it from the back for Canada. Offen getting it all the way up there to Phillips. Phillips couldn't do much, so Ngumu for France backs it across now, looking for his Clement Delforce, but Delforce leaves it back there. Another back shot required by Rigaud for France. First one onto it was Phillips. Brandon Phillips for Canada, but he couldn't. He got a bad bounce. Now here he goes. The number 3, Todd Offen. He doesn't want to release a big ball here because he's going to hand possession back to the French, but Offen now claims the line. Big neck shot, getting it close. That's a great shot. Very exciting. Here he goes now. France all over it. Will they? Oh, France are going to keep it in the field of play instead of letting it roll. Now it's France. Delforce tries to get back inside his man, and he does. Waiting for the Canadian to leave the line there so he can actually play his shot now. Delforce for France. He keeps the dream alive now. It's out here to Rigaud. Rigaud, he's got no one on him and he's got plenty of space, but it's going to be Abiati who tries to get a little back shot. Doesn't. Delforce. He's going to have to clean this one up. Delforce is here waiting for it. Now, Delforce leaves because he knows he was all over the line there. He had to leave that one. Now here he goes. Ngumu goes back in defence. Ngumu, the number 2 for France. He'll watch this one go over the back line, and it does. So, they know they've got 8 seconds left on this clock. So they're going to bring it in here now. Takes it forward, the whistle's gone. And at the end of the first chukker, it's 1 goal to Canada, 0 to France. It's a 1-goal ball game. And I think Canada will leave the field for the chukker change. Very happy with that. They were very lucky that France didn't score at the other end, but it was a great result at the end for the Canadians. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup 2014. And we've got ourselves a tough battle here. The Canadians taking on the French. We've got 6 minutes here for the second chukker. Canada with a 1-goal lead after that first torrid battle that they had out here on the snow. Ponies are really showing us what they've got here today. Horse manager here, Derek Reed, for the Metropolitan Polo Club, really putting together a great string of ponies for these international players to play. You know, it's very difficult to mount these visiting teams, and for him to have put together a string of ponies like this, it is a credit to him. But the ball's now being thrown in, and it's going to be all the players spinning around looking to see who's come up with it, but it's going to be Rigaud for France. Now on the attack, he's got a little bit of distance. Will they be the first team to score? No, it's gone wide to the right. Rigaud, yeah. He'll be ruining the day. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen, when you're going that quick to keep this ball running straight and true. And you'll see the slow-mo here. He had it there for all money, and at the end there was 6 inches. It missed by 6 inches. Now Canada coming straight up the line. Rigaud again on the attack. Here he goes, trying to rectify the last one. Leaves it behind. Clearing shot there by Clément Delforce for France. Now hooked out of it, unfortunately, the Canadian. Then he went for the back shot, didn't quite get it. Now Rigaud, he's back in there now. He's going to try and keep this one in, but it's gone over the back line. So Brandon Phillips probably could have got a foul hook there on that on the upswing, but umpires didn't see it. So a little bit of luck going the way of the French there, but in the end it's gone out over the back, and it'll be Canada with a hit in. So look at those little kids out there enjoying their polo. Future polo stars. Get into it. Anyway, here we go. Rigaud again, backs it. But it's been left there for Phillips. Brandon Phillips, the number 2 for Canada, on the chestnut pony. Can't get around. Now he's there. He's got no one on him, but he's been left it alone for his number 1, Marcelo Abbiati, for Canada now, the number 1. Over on the boards. Can't quite get the wood on it there because he would have hit the boards if he'd done the full swing. So now it's Phillips looking to hit it across to Offen, Todd Offen for Canada. Now gets a big ride-off there, huge ride-off, but a clearing shot there by Ngumu for France. Lovely shot now. Who's going to be back there? It is Todd Offen. Todd Offen backs it. Now here he goes, Phillips for Canada. End-to-end polo here. Now they're just about to go inside their side of halfway, but it's been kept out by our man again, Rigaud. Who's got it now? Clément Delforce. Ngumu for France, backs it towards the goal mouth. Kept out of it is Marcelo Abbiati now for Canada. He keeps it out. Next is Brandon Phillips here for Canada. Hooked again, appeals for the foul, and the whistle comes. Brandon Phillips appeals for the foul, and he gets it. Whistle's gone. Umpires discuss where they'll move it to. They say that as Canada was on the attack, the move will be the ball will be moved up to halfway, and it will be a penalty 5B from halfway for the Canadians, giving them field advantage. And now it will be Todd Offen, the number 3, 5-goaler from Canada, to take this shot. Probably on a still day, he probably could slot it from here, but I'd say he'll probably try and get a little bit more field position before he unleashes the big ball. So he's running along the ground looking for his number 2, Brandon Phillips for Canada. He backs it straight towards the goal. Oh, and it's gone wide to the left. Would have put them 2-0 up, but now France, will they capitalise? You can see it here. Again, only missing by Look at the curve on that. Missed by a foot, if that. So, France now on the attack, but it's gone out over the boards. So still just inside the French half, with Canada in a position to strike from here quite easily if they get the lucky bounce out of the line out. Now the ball's gone back to the line out for France. Backs it across, looking for his runner. Marcelo Abiati, he's back. Now it's gone back here to Rigaud. Rigaud backs it, cross looking now, here he is, hitting it to his number one, Clement Delfosse, who has to get past Todd Offen for Canada, gets a very good bounce off the shoulder of the pony now. Who's here? It is our number one, Marcelo. Clement Delfosse leaves it behind. Rigaud takes the man, then comes up with the ball. Rigaud for France, but he can't quite get there. Now Marcelo Abiati, lovely little back shot there, but who's back there? It is Clement Delfosse for France. Turns it, leaves it and takes the man as he goes, leaves the ball behind for Rigaud. Rigaud all by himself, doesn't get the bounce he wanted. Who's going to clean it up? Nagumo on the grey pony, opens up, and great big shot, but the goal judge waves it away to the right. So, French were in, seconds ago were in their own half. Now they've got the Canadians where they want them, down in their half. Can they keep them here? Defence is the key here, and it looks like Brandon Phillips is trying to get a bit of a lead on here to give Todd Offen someone to hit to. Todd doesn't get a clean hit here. Todd Offen now, the number one for France. Back shot. His name Clement Delfosse, but he can't get it where he wants to go. So Nagumo tries to clean it up. Now it'll be the number one again appealing for the foul. Delfosse cannot convert because he's been fouled by the looks of that. Whistle has gone. And we'll just see if we can get a replay here. Very interesting play there, but the French, it looks like they're going to give them the opportunity of a spot where the penalty occurred, and this could be the equaliser for France. This is what they wanted, the French, and 1 minute 13 left on the clock of the second chucker, and it will be Rigaud rolls the ball through, and it's goal time for France. One apiece. We've got ourselves a tied ball game, and it will be Canada hitting in from the back line to try and get this ball down into the other half and see if they can put another point on the board. So Canada now hitting it forward. Rigaud goes back in defence. Now here he is, Todd Offen for Canada, getting the ball. Oh, it doesn't go, and right on the halfway line, it has gone out over the board. Lovely big shot, but I think once he got the height up there, the wind got a hold of it, and there'll be a throw-in on the far side of the field. Ball gets thrown in. Oh, here he goes. It's France. Clement Delfosse. There's no one on him. And he's a little bit out of the strike zone at the moment. He'll run the ball in slowly. Can he keep the dream alive? Oh, and it's going to roll over the goal. It is. It's a goal. It's an amazing goal for France. Clement Delfosse runs the ball out of the line out, straight through. So the team that was leading down by 1 goal coming into this chukker has now, going into the final chukker, will be 1 goal in front. And look at this, watches it just roll, watches it roll, and that's a great goal for the number one, Clement Delfosse of France. So the umpires have said they'll change ponies at the end of this. I think the Canadians were appealing for a foul there, but it didn't quite come. So at the end of the second chukker, it'll be France going into the third chukker, 2-1 in front, as we go to a break here at Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup 2014. And we're back here now after the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup for 2014, the third chukker of our second game here today. Canada and France. Canada went into that last chukker 1 goal up, and they're now down 2-1 in favour of France. So a little bit of work to be done, but a game, a tight tussle, very tight tussle here, and testament to the seeding here. They're both the second seed in their group, and the game is a good description of that. And look at that, Delfosse, Clement Delfosse, who just scored that goal at the end of the second chukker, has put the first goal through here today. And it's now 3-1 in favour of France, as Clement Delfosse has 2 goals for the game. And it will be now Todd Offen for Canada, bring it in. A little bit of work to do, as I said, for the Canadians now. So they're down by 2. They need to get over that halfway line, which they are now, but it'll be Nagumu for France back over the halfway to try and give a little bit of field advantage here. So Marcelo Abbiati in a tough battle there with Rigaud for France now. Whistle's gone. And it looks like the Canadians were fouled by Rigaud. And you'll see that, yeah, I think what they're saying is that Rigaud may have ridden his horse under the shot of the back shot there of Marcelo Abbiati. So there was a foul. Umpires were right on the scene and they blew the whistle very quickly. And it'll be now a penalty to France. To Canada, I should say. But Rigaud just taking this opportunity to change ponies. He'll now get onto the paint horse here. And Rigaud for France, the number 3, is back on the field, and it'll be Todd Offen, the number 3 for Canada, taking the penalty shot from the spot where the penalty occurred. Lovely big shot. Runs it down the boards. I think he was trying to get a little bit more angle onto that one, but it's gone out there now. And who's there? The man of the moment. Oh, he was going to go near side, but he didn't. Clement Delfosse is now heading up the ball. He's coming in behind the number 1 for France, but it'll be Rigaud taking it forward on the new paint horse. Oh, it's been left behind there by Todd Offen for Canada. Now, number 1, Delfosse keeps the ball, leaves it behind for Rigaud, who does a great shot up the field. Here he goes. Nagumu's going to have to get past, but he can't. He decides to concede the play and heads back now. It's been hit back across. Marcelo Abbiati for Canada now. Abbiati with the near side on the boards, just keeps the ball going forward now. Who's back there? Delfosse again. Lovely little back shot, gets the deflection off the boards. Who's here? Brandon Phillips now for Canada. Brandon Phillips takes it, hits it. Umpires thinking that that was fine. Now, number 1, Delfosse for Canada, scored the last 2 goals, and he's got himself a couple of lengths on the opposition. A great little approach shot. Will he try and cut this one through? He does. It's goal time for France, and it's now 4-1. An amazing game here unfolding for the number 1 for France, Clement Delfosse. 4 goals on a little chestnut horse called Excess. And it's Canada now with a lot of work to do. So you can see here, look at this, Delfosse takes the pony up the boards, now gives himself an approach shot, just puts it up in front of the goal mouth, leaves it there, and then as he rides along, just a little cut shot through. The Canadian player tried in vain to keep that out, but it was not to be. So it's 4-1 in favour of the French, and Canada now going to have to pull something special now. They've got 3 minutes left on the clock. The appeal coming from the number 2, Brandon Phillips, who keeps the ball, turns it himself. Brandon Phillips for Canada now. Nagumu, who's onto the boot. Todd Offen with a backhand, and it goes straight through. That's what they needed. If they can turn it around from here, the Canadians, all they have to do is concentrate on the job at hand. And Todd Offen, he's the man to look. If you have a look here at this slow-mo now, there's a great little approach shot there, straight back across to Todd Offen, straight through the legs of Delfosse's pony, and it was goal time for Canada. So only 2 in it now. Lovely little backhand through the goal, through the legs of the pony. And we're back to the main game now. So Nagumu, neck shot, out to the, but it's going to be Canada that cleans it up. So it'll be Offen, backs it across. Who's there? Phillips now. Brandon Phillips for Canada. Now Offen backs it with the white helmet. Nagumu takes it around for France. Nagumu now sending the pony downfield, checking up hard. Into the snow he goes. Now, who's back here? Clement Delfosse again. Will he put it through? Hooked out of it by his own man, I think. I'm not sure. It's gone wide to the left now. Now, Brandon Phillips keeps the ball out. Oh, it's going to be taken around by Delfosse again. And he snuck that one through. So out of nothing comes a goal for France, and it's all about keeping that ball down there in front of the goal mouth. And you will be surprised. You get a lucky bounce, put it straight through, but it's now Canada trying to get this ball out of their half. And whistle's gone. So they've just blown time off here, and it's 5-2. So Clement Delfosse doing all the damage here for France at the moment. 5-2. Lovely back shot there by Nagumu. Now, here he is, Todd Offen for Canada, hitting it across now to his number 2, Brandon Phillips. Lovely little approach shot. Nearly got it out of there, but now here he is, Clement Delfosse clearing it as well. Who's back there? This is Brandon Phillips for Canada. Again, using a defensive play to create attack. Here he goes, Todd Offen. Oh, it's being left in front of the goal mouth, but a clearing shot by Delfosse again for France has left it up there for our number 2 for Canada. There he is again, Brandon Phillips now. He's going to try and run it in himself here. He's going to try and claim that line and then try and weave his way through the horse's legs. He's got time on his side at the moment. He hits it cleanly. It looks like it'll be a goal again for Todd Offen. 5-3 now. They look over their shoulder. Canada knowing they need to get this ball up to the other end. France, I should say, need to get this ball up the other end. 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think they're going to be able to score 2 goals in 30 seconds somehow. And I think we'll find that France will run it. The whistle's gone. Foul time. Yes. Todd Offen appealing for the foul there. Canadian number 3. Here he goes. So it's Phillips takes it, dribbles it, tries to get it through the legs of the horses. Great goal there, Brandon Phillips. And from that, France decided to clear it. A foul in the process, and it'll be now Todd Offen for Canada with 22 seconds left on the clock. Very interested to see if they can score this and get it back. If they can steal this off the hit-in, we could be going into another penalty shootout. That would be amazing. They were down by 3 goals, and if they can bring this back now, it'll be one of the great upsets of the tournament so far. Hits it cleanly, but it's wide to the right. Bad luck for the Canadians. They needed that one to go through, and I think time is going to run down for them, and it will be a victory here to France this afternoon in Tianjin. So, great big hit there by Rigaud. He knows we just need to clear it out of here. And that's the siren. The whistle has gone, and it's a victory to France. Vive la France, they say. And 5-3 in favour of the French over the Canadians here. The 2 second seed teams in group zone 2, I should say, battled it out. And as you would expect, a very close tussle for the points here this afternoon between these two. Shake hands in a good sportsmanlike manner. And these 2 teams will now leave the field, put their ponies away, and we will get ready to see who will win out of South Africa and Brazil up next. But at the moment, it's now New Zealand with a win this morning and France with a win this afternoon, and 1 more game left to go. But a great victory there by France in the end.